Hey y'all, I'm coming here from the kitchen. And tonight, finally, which I'm sure some of y'all are thinking to yourselves, we're doing the fish and lure tumbler again. Last night's video was not up to my standards. So, we're doing it again up to my standards. So, prepare to be amazed or just wowed on the slight degree. All right, let me fix you a little bit because you're a little bit on the crooked level. And there's going to be a few field trips in this live, so be prepared. All right, we're going to do the fish and lure tumbler, and you're going to need a few things. You're going to need from your sassy drawer, okay, or just Walgreens or CVS or, Amazon or wherever. You're going to need a set of fishnet stockings, okay, and a tumbler and the spray paint of your choice. Now, I tend to use Krylon spray paint, and the spray paint that I'm using tonight is, I'm actually going to use two different kinds tonight. I didn't use two different kinds last night because I really love this kind, but I really am going to use two different kinds tonight. So I'm going to use this sunflower and shamrock from Krylon, and then I'm going to use this shimmer metallic candy pear and candy blue raz. Okay, so I'm going to use those. And so like these together and those together. Okay, and then you're going to need decals to make them look like a cute little fish. Okay, now where do you get the decals, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you. So I googled fishing lure decal SVG, and bazinga zanga, it popped up. And so here's a little eyeball, which you can do that real easily. It's a circle and another circle. It's a circle, not a square, and not a triangle. It's but a circle and like another little circle. You don't need to Google that. Just make two freaking circles and stick one inside the other that's a little smaller. It's not rocket science. It's just circles, okay? You got your two little circles, okay? And then here's the scales. Now look. Somebody said, "Oh my God, I can't find it on Google." Then just make some weird, funky, jagged edge crap with black 651. You could probably even like cut all funky, jagged edges, and there you go. Like seriously, I don't think anybody's gonna be like, "Now that doesn't look exactly like a such and such fish." I don't think we're going to the wildlife and fisheries with anybody's tumblers, okay? I really don't think that anybody's going to compare your fish up to their catch of the day, okay? For realsies. So, get your little, go on Google, type in fishing lure, decal SVG, bam! Under images, you can find these. Or type in Wolverine claw marks. Shows a similar thing. Looks like somebody clawed your freaking face off. Okay? Get creative. Or just cut out a whole bunch of black stripes and a black 651. Okay? Really, like, it ain't that serious. Some of y'all last night made it a little bit too crazy. Alright. So I have a tumbler already sexy mexied electric sex gleaming in the window. Not really. That's just from my favorite movie. But I already have it all streetwalkered up. Okay? But I'm going to show you how to put the stocking on. But this one is already kind of done. But I wanted to show you something. You have to make sure that this ridge, if you're going to do a 30 ounce, the stocking is low down on that ridge. Meaning you don't want to pull it real tight like bank robber style. You want to like have it a little low, like give it a little bit of leeway. You don't want to pull it real tight. So you want to make sure that it sits well on that ridge to where it doesn't leave a gap. Otherwise, it's going to leave a gap in your spray paint. Okay? So that's what you really want to look out for if you're doing a 30 ounce. If you're doing a 20 ounce, then, or a cup without a ridge, you just want to make sure that it's pulled pretty evenly. Like your scales are kind of even all the way around. That you don't have like big booty Judy scales over here and like skinny mini scales over here. Okay? But I'm about to dress one up for you so that you can see. So I'm going to get to I feel like Madonna, only not quite so slutty. All right. So, and this one kind of already has holes in it, so I gotta be a little careful not to like pull it up because then it'll get all crazy. And you just want to like leave it. You don't need to cut all that crap off. And you don't need to cut like, don't do that. And like I said, I don't know if you can kind of see or whatever. Can you push them a little bit? Like a little bit more. All right, stop. All right, look. So you want to kind of work at it a little bit. So you want the scales to be out a little bit, but not to where it leaves that ridge unprotected, okay? You don't want to have unprotected flex. Okay, seriously. You know, unprotected scales. And you want to make sure it sits on your ridge nice. And this little extra stocking, you just shove it up in the balls. Huh. Make sure it's tight up against the balls. So that it doesn't like interfere with your spinning or your turning. And after you like put it in there, you want to reposition your stocking. Make sure it didn't like, the stocking has a little piece of something on it. Make sure it doesn't have anything on it, because whatever you spray stays. Okay? So, these boots are made for walking. Not just for... No. Okay. I'm just saying. No. Okay. Whatever. I bet you we could do like a high heel shoe and be like... No. Okay. I'm done. I'm not done. I probably got another good one coming, but it's just whatever. Alright. So now... This is the part that people said they wish they saw last night but did not see. And that was the actual spraying. So you know what this means. Field trip! I just scared the crap out of my mom. My mom gets so spooked easily. It's quite enjoyable. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to take your cans and you want to shake it. Don't break it. It took your mama 9 months to make it. Okay? Shake your goodies. And if it's a new can of spray paint, you want to give it a good shake. And this is shimmer. So it's got some like glitter in it. So you really want to kind of shake it really well. It's lambada. Because I'm going to get the salsa dancing. Okay? Feel like Tom Cruise on Cocktail. Except I'm not throwing these in the air because, well, that would be for the bloopers edition. And then I'd be divorced very quickly because I'm already in trouble for several spills on the floor. All right, so look, I'm going to take you out your little cradle. All right? And we're going to go and we're going to spray. And you're going to watch.
And you're going to hold and spray and watch?
No, Mom is. Mom! I wish you could have seen that. Because she totally jumps every time. All right. So I'm going to take you out. Okay. And this is my lovely mother. She's absolutely beautiful and wonderful in every way. Okay. And then she's going to... Okay, look. Pay attention, Mom. That's my mom. She's so great. Okay, and look right here. Mom! See, she gets scared so easily. It's so much fun. All right, look, you're going to push this button right here.
Okay.
And then it's going to flip them around. Okay.
Got it.
So you can push that whenever you're ready. Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are they looking at me?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they looking at you? Are they really looking at you?
Mm-hmm. No, they're looking at you.
Look, now Bambi showed me they're looking at you. All right. So you're going to make sure that it's up against your cup as well as to be expected. Okay? And then you're going to take your two colors, which is going to be a trick. Oh, there's alcohol ink. Don't look at that. All right, I'm going to hold my door open as best as possible, hoping that you can see this. I'm sure this is better during the day. So I'm going to spray half of my cup blue, okay? Just leave it, Mama.
Okay.
I'm lying. I'm going to spray half of it yellow first, okay? So you can see, and I'm just spinning it a little bit. One little coat. Okay? Yellow. It's where I can see like the sides of the yellow. Okay? So it's yellow. And while it's still wet, I want the colors to mix a little. So this is where I'm going to start where this yellow is. And I'm going to spray the blue. And that brings the green. So I'm going to spray over that a little. Then I'm going to go back over the blue because I want the blue to be pretty. And then that's it. I'm going to come right back in. So, stay right there, come on, because I'm going to grab another cup and spray. So you can see it's kind of green. And then there's the blue. And then there's the yellow. So you can see kind of the transition of the two colors. So I'm literally just going to take this and put it right on the turner and leave it. Because I don't want to F it up. Okay? And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do the other one in this color. So I'm going to take these colors and I'll show you again so you can see it. I'm going to take the yellow first. And this is a gray base. Okay? So you take it. And you're going to spray it to where you can see the yellow fairly well. Just halfway around. To where when I turn your cup, you can see a little bit of the yellow. Yo, Chatty Cathy's in the background.
What?
Zip it. And you're going to turn it this way. It's like Cindy's house all over again. All right. And I'm going to come in. Alright, so same thing with this one. Alright. I'm going to put this one on the turner. A turner, any turner. For right now. Pull this one up. I already have my decals cut. I'm just going to kind of leave it. No, I'm not. I'm going to spin it. Alright. Alright, this one I'm going to do with these two colors. Because I was saying I wanted to try these two. And yesterday I didn't. So, these are two fresh cans of spray paint that I didn't try. And the worst thing about making these is literally watching paint dry. Watching these dry is horrific. You want to pull the stockings off. You want to try and take them off. If you were impatient like me, it is the worst thing imaginable. But don't do it. So while we're waiting for the paint to dry, I will tell you a funny story that I had to think about. But I found a funny story in my brain about a lovely lobster dinner that I ate. But I had to think about it first. Okay, so I'm going to do the yellow on this one. This is a flat, vibrant yellow. Holy smokes. I was like, super yellow. So, just till I want to turn it. And I don't really care if I get it in the cup, because I'll just get it out with acetone after. And then I want to start. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, this is a pretty color, girl. And whatever boys are watching this. My neighbors are probably like, what the hell is she doing?
At 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m.
Either thinking, what the hell is she doing, or I'm calling the police on her.
Probably both.
But
But,
you want that one turned in?
yeah, I'll turn it in just a second. Alright, so I'm going to put that turning. I'm going to get this one turning. I'm going to turn you around. Bam. Alright, so I'm going to put you back in your spot. And while we're waiting, I'll tell you lovely little story time and try and watch these. And I'm going to try and put you the right way so that you are not like crooked. And I can tell you a funny story. So, way back when, I had this friend. And I went to dinner with them at a pretty fancy, classy restaurant called Mozambique's. And well, we were sitting at the... So this is what you're doing while we're watching paint dry. So this is just the filler part. If you're not in it for this, just fast forward. So we go to Mozambique's, which is a very fancy restaurant in California. And we are sitting at the nicest table in the restaurant. And they literally have a wait staff of like 12 people for your table. That's how nice this restaurant is. Now, I had no idea that we were going to this fancy schmancy restaurant. I was told we were going to the beach. So I was in, classy attire. Jeans and a t-shirt. And we roll up on this very formal restaurant. And I'm like, look, can I even come in here? And they're like, oh, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, come. So they have a waiter or a serving staff attendant for everything. And I mean everything. Like, they had a straw opener, okay?
Of course you do.
Literally a wait staff person that opened your straw and placed it in your drink for you. That was their title, straw opener. And I thought, dude, you're gonna put your nasty hands on my straw? I think not. I can open my own straw. Thank you so much. But he's like, so the person that I was with was like, they don't touch your straw where your mouth is. They leave a little piece of paper and they stick it in. And every time I would say something, this person would say, sorry, she's from the South. And I'm like, don't speak for me. I don't need you to say I'm from the South. Like I ain't got no common sense. I don't need you to speak for me. In the South, we open our own straws. We don't I don't need nobody opening my straw. So, straw opener guy comes, oh, whatever. They had the napkin placer. That means this guy got all handsy on my lap. I don't know what he's doing. He got all like David Copperfield, more like David Copperfield on my lap with his little handsy self, okay? Did some little hooey with the napkin, because I was trying to keep my Walmart jeans clean after I've been walking around, 6 hours in beach funk, but we were keeping it classy. So we go, and David Copperfield puts my napkin on my lap for me. I'm like, thank you, sir. And straw guy gives it a little dip. And so they come out and literally have 55 freaking things of silverware. I mean, I don't even think there was that many items on the menu I could have eaten. That's how many things of silverware they have. I know there's a salad fork and a dinner fork. And I'm like, but I mean, how many freaking types of salad you think I'm going to eat? This chick is fat. You overestimate my ability to eat salad. You should have taken all 6 of those first forks away. You should have seen my little fat self coming and been like, nope. You should have immediately noped that section of the silverware from our table. But whatever. So they come out and they walk up these little, so we're in this corner table overlooking the beach, right? And the person I'm with says, isn't it beautiful? And I look out in the pitch black dark and I say, no. What are we looking at? We're looking at the pitch black. It's literally pitch black. No, I see nothing. I hear beautiful water, but I see nothing. Okay? But whatever. I'm like, yeah, sure. So these little penguin waiters come up, and you gotta come up the steps. It was like a, what do you call it? Like a Z, like a zigzag. Okay? So I think, well, hell, I'm at this fancy restaurant. I might as well order me some fancy food, right? So I order me a lobster. Because I love lobster. I eat lobster regularly. At classy places. Like the red one. The red lobster. It's classy. Don't judge me. And so, but this was a real lobster. It came from places where lobsters really hang out. The ocean. For realsies. Swanky lobsters. These lobsters probably smoked. They were so swanky. And so my lobster probably judged me. So they bring up the main courses, you know, all 15 of them, all 15 waiters, bring up some sort of, you know, one of their 85 dishes, because everything comes on its separate plate. And they set the plates down. And I'm like, oh, okay, great, thanks. Thank you so much. And so I'm looking around. Now remember, she's already apologized for me 10 times. Now I'm from the South, where we eat crawfish. And we just crack the crawfish and we suck the heads and pinch the tails and we just peel them and eat them. And I'm waiting and I'm like looking at the tray and there's no like claw cracker or like, you know, whatever. So I'm like, yo, guy. And so, of course, that's inappropriate. You're supposed to say, excuse me. They're like 25 feet away. So I'm like, yo, hey, guy, come here. And I can't remember their name because there's like 20 of them. So that's like bigger than my homeroom class. So I'm just like, hey, guy, come see. So the head guy comes and he's like, may I help you, ma'am? I'm like, yeah. Do you have a claw cracker? He's like, excuse me? I'm like, a claw cracker. Do you have like a cracker? Like, how am I supposed to eat this? And he's like, oh, ma'am. While it's still, I don't know, use some fancy word. I still don't even freaking know. While it's still whatever, the lobster cracker, the lobster connoisseur cracker, whatever guy, will be right up. You can enjoy the smell of the lobster still basting or whatever. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. Basically, you got a guy that's going to come crack my lobster. But until that guy's free, I'm supposed to sit here and just smell it and starve. Dude, I'm hungry. Like, I've been sitting thinking about this lobster for like 45 minutes. And you want me to sit and wait for lobster guy to come and crack my lobster for me? Do I look handicapped? Do I look like incapacitated? Do I not have two good hands that I can eat my, do you have a feed me guy? They already came and put a bib on me, you know, to protect my t-shirt that I got for $4.99 from the t-shirt guy on the corner. Okay? So I'm like, do I have to wait for the lobster guy? And he said, well, ma'am, how else will you eat it? And I thought, didn't you hear? I'm from the South. Challenge accepted. And I took that lobster and I took this butter knife that was sitting next to, you know, the fancy butter that they molded into like these little flowers and swans and other meaningless paper mache shit. And I took the knife and I was ripped the claw off. You ever seen the movie Splash? When the girl just like starts biting into the shell. And I took the claw and I ripped it off the lobster and took the butter knife and was just like, bam, 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 bam. And you have never seen lobster guy leave a lobster so fast. And he was like, ma'am, can I help you? I was like, no, dude, I got it. Go back to your table. Dude, I totally lobster guy, I got this. And lobster guy stood there with his mouth like this. I mean, with appallment. These other people were like, the people next to us were just, this lady spent 90% of her meal like this. The person that I was with was like this. I'm like this. Steady eating. Steady eating. Ain't missed a beat. Got the next claw. Bam, 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 bam. I mean, it was a 2-pound lobster. I had to do some cracking. I mean, this was no easy feat. The tail, I was like, bam. I mean, like, draw, like, these people. I almost had to get the little hand and be like, bam, bam. I bet you little hand could have been the lobster guy. Y'all, this little waiter guy goes, yo, girl, where from the South are you from? I said, I'm from New Orleans. He goes, yeah, I could totally tell you're from the South. I said, you think? I said, can I, like, get another Coke? He's like, yeah, you can get another Coke. I'm like, thanks. We had like a $200 bottle of champagne on the table that the person who ordered it couldn't even pronounce it. Like, it's Monet Shannon. I'm like, you mean it's Moet Chandon? I'm like, you know, the girl from the South, I could pronounce the bottle of champagne I ain't gonna drink, but I could sure nail that lobster's butt to the table. Literally, our entire wait staff of 12 stood there like this. The rest of the meal, except for lobster guy who was like this. The chef came out of the kitchen and goes, Madame, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm eating. Why did you not wait for him? So me, you know, being a classy broad that I am, I said, because I was hungry. In the accent, just like that. He goes, that is not funny. I said, I think it's hilarious. Guess who can't go back to Mozambique ever again? Me. Guess who don't live in that state and don't care? Me. So needless to say, meh. Don't care. My mom's in tears. She's laughing so hard, literally in tears. Trying to see if this is dry. Cause you know. And then after all of that, I did actually I called I did also call the water boy. Water boy, you really, really suck. And he was like, that's not the first time I've heard that, ma'am. I was like, it won't be the last time you heard it from me tonight either. Like, yeah, you can't take me nowhere. You cannot take me anywhere, literally. I mean, like, all night I was like, can I have some water? Your medulla oblongata says that I would take out my straw and purposely throw it on the table just to make Straw Boy come and bring me another straw. I would. I tortured. I thought, you gonna work for your $500 tip tonight, buddy. You make $20 an hour opening straws. Guess who's gonna make the glass menagerie of straw animals tonight? I played straw. I'm like, hey, straw guy, you ever play straw pop? He looked at me like, what? I said, I teach middle school. You ever play straw pop? You know, where you spin the straw and pop it like that, and whoever makes the loudest sound wins? He looked at me and goes, no. I said, you're missing out. You're missing out. Y'all, they literally said, you're not coming back, are you? I said, not until tomorrow night's reservations. They had panic stricken on their face. They were like, I was like, I'm just kidding ya. It's tomorrow morning. They were like stricken, panic stricken on their face. Good times. Good times. All right. I think. I'm just trying to see if it's dry. This is the first one we did, yeah? Y'all gonna say something?
It is.
Y'all gonna like answer?
It looks it to me.
It's dry.
Like, Chatty Cathy's a minute ago had everything in the world to say. Now all of a sudden they're like,
Not me. My phone was dead.
we just gonna sit over here and be quiet like little church mice.
Right.
Mom!
She jumped.
All right. So these two I'm gonna let spin a little bit longer.
Get all that out before I go to sleep.
Oh no, I'm screaming while you sleeping. I'll make you scream. All right, let's see. I just want to make sure it's dry. Ba-dum-bum. Oh yeah, girl. It's your little sexy self. Ooh, where you good looking. Look at that girl. She's so fine. She's so fine. Do-lang, do-lang, do-lang.
Gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. I'm going to hold her up close so you can see her. See that middle part, how it's a little bit green? See, the scales are really defined, even though you didn't have you stretched. And see how this, I want to try and get a little close to you. See how this even is perfect with none of that overspray? It's because you laid that stocking down right on it. Okay? So, my theory of relativity, my theory of this that I've come to think about is this. You want your decal to go on the prettiest part, and I think that the prettiest part is where the two colors match, like where they kind of meet and where they kind of start to melt. So I'm going to stop my cup right there. And I'm going to move it just a little bit over. Nope. The other way. Nope. The other way. So I'm going to move my cup about right there. So right here in this section is where my two colors are kind of meeting. Now my best advice, and some people are going to think I'm crazy for saying this, but people think I'm crazier for a lot worse than this. Hand lay your decals. Because this is raw spray paint. Literally, like, just raw, like I just sprayed it not even a couple of minutes ago. So, hand lay it. That way you're not pulling your transfer tape back up. Okay? And just eyeball it. If you don't think you can eyeball it, then do it transfer tape. But if you eyeball it and you hand lay it, then you're not pulling your transfer tape and you don't risk pulling your spray paint up too. Okay? So you don't risk that beautiful work you just did And you can like kind of baby drag your decal a little bit so you get it right in the right spot. And I've seen some people do the decals sideways, do decals on the back, do decal like spots. This is just the decal that I found, that I cut, that I, that I ended up finding very easily. And so there is your fishing lure tutorial. Super easy, super quick. Now you just slap your epoxy right on it and you're done. You don't need to spray it with triple thick or anything like that, because it's almost like just spraying a cup. When you spray your cup with spray paint the first round, you don't need to spray it with triple thick to seal your spray paint. Your spray paint is sealed. It's usually a sealant. So you just epoxy and done. So that's your fishing lure cup. They're really easy. The hardest thing is waiting. I really want to see this one. I'm going to see if this one is dry, and I'm going to pull it because I'm curious to see what this one looks like. That's a really pretty cup.
It's beautiful.
Like the colors, the shimmer, the everything is good. I'm curious to see what this flat looks like on this, if this is dry. So we're about to see. I had to tape it around the edges because I cut this one last night a little bit too short, like my stocking. So I'm trying to untape the edge of my stocking, and I'm hoping that it's dry, because if it's not, alright, Mama, hold this.
That's a claw on the bottom.
Yep, perfect. And you can reuse these over and over and over again. So this one came out just as good. You can see the scales. And obviously what really makes it, and this one will be a little bit shinier when the epoxy goes on. But I'm doing the same thing. I'm putting, and I cut this decal a little bit smaller because it was a 20 ounce. So it'll be shinier when the epoxy goes on. But that one is just straight shiny. Like no epoxy needed. And it's beautiful because of that metallic color in it. And then you just place them. And like I said, if you're not comfortable doing this, use transfer tape. If you're comfortable doing this, do it like this. Because then you're not risking fishing lure. And they're super easy to make. Super, super easy. And I'll pull this one because if this one was dry, I think this one's dry too. So I might as well pull them. Pull them while I got them. Man, these are super cute.
Great.
Is this the one that was like open at the top and the bottom? No. Yeah, take it out, Mom. This girl's got thick thighs, I tell you what. She must have ate that lobster. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one, the green, even got even better on this one.
That's great.
And then same thing, you could see just how easy this goes down. So, you just put your little lures down. Put your little decals down. And they're super easy to make. Even people who don't do cups can do them. Because you can seal them with the automotive sealer. So you really don't need epoxy for these. You can seal them with the automotive sealing. And just make sure you tell your customers to hand wash. This one's prettier than that one. Each one's prettier than the last. That mix of the colors, man, that's gorgeous. So, and that's how they roll out. So if you like this video and you found it helpful and you waited up all night to see it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up for me, please. Give it a like, give it a share, pin it on your Pinterest, share it on your Facebook, do all those fun shareable things, let it circulate out, do all those wonderful things. And I appreciate it. You can seal them with automotive sealer, epoxy, etc. I'm not going to seal them right now because that's just basically the end all of it, whatever. But that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments or message me on Facebook. Be sure to join our Facebook group. If you want to see the end all be all of these, you can join our Instagram and like us on our Instagram. That's where you can see all the finished cups that we do on our Facebook Live or on our YouTube Live. Y'all have a great night. Be good to everybody. Bye, y'all.